Welcome back to BALA Manhua Recaps. In the previous events, Zhang Yuan and his companions officially set foot in the Kingdom of Tianyu, a land filled with extremism and eerie anomalies. Here, he eliminated the masters of the Purity Temple one after another, performing soul searches to track down the locations of his lost magic treasures from his previous life. However, Zhang Yuan's actions have alerted the supreme powers of this realm. After defeating Zhang Jia's avatar to protect Shen Xiaoling, Zhang Yuan immediately fell into the crosshairs of Ku Cha, the abbot of the Asura Temple, who possesses a terrifying million-degree cultivation level. How will Zhang Yuan face off against these ambitious high-level Buddhist masters? Let's dive into the content of chapters 96 to 101 right now. Seeing another of Zhang Jia's Dharma bodies charging toward the small boat, screams erupted from within the cabin once more. "Ah, he's almost caught up. Faster, go faster!" Zhang Shi shouted angrily. "Shut up and let me concentrate." Seeing that one of the Dharma body's hands had already gripped the stern, Yuner cried out loudly, "Ah, we've been caught. Xiaoling is terrified by this thing too." On the other side, Zhang Jia spoke again. "Run, struggle all you want. You've cost this old monk so much effort. Let's see where else you can run." Just then, Zhang Yuan appeared and said, "I've caught up." With a casual wave of his hand, he sliced the Dharma body in two. He asked anxiously, "Xiaoling, are you all right?" Blood was still trickling from Xiaoling's head. She replied, Brother Feng, just now Zhang Yuan immediately said, "I'm sorry, it's over now. This was my fault. I shouldn't have left your side without permission. We are less than 100 miles from the Asura Temple. Let's leave first." Yuner asked, "Where are you going?" Suddenly, something began to rapidly envelop Zhang Yuan and his group. Someone muttered to themselves in confusion. "What on earth is going on? Is that fellow not dead yet?" Zhang Yuan watched the scene with a face full of bewilderment. He spoke with concern. "This pressure is hundreds of times stronger than that living Buddha's. The abbot of the Asura Temple must have approached stealthily without me even noticing." He struck immediately, the Godfall greatsword lunging upward in an instant. However, the sword chi only penetrated slightly before becoming trapped, and then vanished without a trace. Zhang Yuan murmured to himself, "Was the Godfall corrupted?" Just then, someone else spoke up. "The boat is entangled." Zhang Yuan sensed the boat was being corroded. He calmed everyone, telling them to stay inside. He then sacrificed the Azure Origin glazed umbrella once more. The glazed umbrella emitted power to suppress the surrounding force, but it was completely corroded in a matter of moments. Zhang Yuan thought to himself that even a golden core magic treasure like the glazed umbrella couldn't hold out. He immediately shouted, "Fellow Taoist Zhang, manifest that thing." From an outside perspective, the presiding monk of the Asura Temple stood before a massive sphere. He spoke, "To not be instantly digested by this old monk's stomach. It seems you have some skill. I must be careful. Leave the girl behind." Suddenly his stomach was pierced by something from within, bulging out massively. He looked on in utter confusion as his stomach wall shattered, and a colossal ship appeared in midair, the top-tier nascent soul magic treasure, the scroll of floating life. Immediately after, the boat sped away at extreme speed. At this moment, the ship was complete with small houses and a magnificent palace. Yuner asked in confusion and terror, "Where is this?" Xiaoling comforted her. "Don't panic, Sister Yun, we are inside the ship." Zhang Shi also spoke up. Zhang Yuan was he crushed to death? Zhang Yuan was performing a hand seal with cupped fists, his face drenched in sweat as he said, "His aura hasn't diminished. His strength likely exceeds the nascent soul stage. He should be above their grade A. Here are 100 bluestones. You must maintain the core of this scroll with all your might." Zhang Shi cried out in shock. "Ah, hey," Zhang Yuan added. "The opponent is a powerhouse of this region. I need to focus entirely on him. I must work to control this scroll. From now on, do not disturb me with any sound." An unknown amount of time passed before Zhang Shi spoke to Zhang Yuan again. "There's been no movement for a long time. Has that monk already been?" Suddenly, a giant hand appeared above the boat. Zhang Shi screamed, "Ah, it's appeared!" The hand lunged rapidly for the boat, the impact making the vessel shake violently. The abbot of the Asura Temple had now manifested his Dharma body, the million-degree Asura Dharma body. His massive form stared fixedly at the boat below. Xiaoling screamed in terror. "No, it's too huge." Zhang Yuan was also drenched in sweat, thinking to himself, "A single strike destroyed 10% of the ship's array patterns." Finishing the thought, he shouted, "Fellow Taoist Zhang, quickly repair the damaged hull." Zhang Shi immediately used her ability to mend the breaches. Scroll of floating life, small heavenly cycle blast, the hull lit up, and then utilizing the ship's power, a heavy blow was launched at the abbot's gargantuan form. The strike made the abbot let out a thunderous roar, and the boat took the chance to break free from his grip. Seeing this, he said, "In Tianyu, few have ever been able to wound this old monk's Dharma body. I underestimated you. Just you wait." His body subsequently collapsed, and a vast area around him was pulverized into dust. Looking at his surroundings, he blurted out in horror, HMPH, the aftershock of that strike actually shattered dozens of mountain peaks, yet it remained unscathed. Just what kind of treasure is this ship? His knowledge was ultimately too shallow. At this moment the boat was surrounded by a protective barrier. Within the soul-mixing shield, Zhang Yuan said anxiously, "The hull is heavily damaged, repair it quickly." Zhang Shi replied with equal urgency. "Okay," Zhang Yuan continued. "Next I will activate the ship's finishing move. A single strike will consume hundreds of accumulated bluestones. Replenish the pure qi immediately." Zhang Shi cried out in shock. "What? Hundreds?" Outside, the abbot of the Asura temple spoke. "It would be a pity to destroy such a treasure. The one controlling this ship must be this benefactor, right?" His eyes snapped wide as he performed the move Traceless Illusion Pupil, the illusion array instantly seeping from his eyes into the depths of the ship's deck. Inside, Zhang Yuan was still working hard to maintain the ship's array patterns, unaware of what was happening. In the blink of an eye he fell into the abbot's illusion array. A countdown began to echo. 1 second, 2 seconds, Zhang Yuan spoke in confusion. "A space transfer spell? No, my consciousness has been pulled into a constructed space." A giant eye appeared within the illusion, and the abbot's voice rang out. "Haha, it's all right. The benefactor is currently controlling that ship outside, isn't he? That is a fine item. Thank you for traveling so far to deliver it to this old monk along with this additional treasure." The countdown continued to echo steadily. 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds. Zhang Yuan asked, "You are the master of the Asura temple? You came for Shaoling. Her constitution actually holds such a great temptation for you lot, but this illusion is merely a method of deception. What can you possibly do to me?" 6 seconds, 7 seconds, the abbot laughed loudly. "Haha, everyone who enters acts dismissive at first, but in a flash they all weep and beg for mercy." 8 seconds, 9 seconds, 10 seconds, Zhang Yuan cried out in confusion. "What?" The voice continued the count. 9 months and 7 days. Zhang Yuan was still within the illusion. He thought to himself, "I have been in this illusion for several months. After testing, this illusion is extremely stable. There is no way to escape for now, and leaving in the short term will be difficult. I wanted to practice that technique, but in this illusion, only consciousness exists and cannot be fed back to the physical body. I can only study the arrays I mastered in my previous life. I was quite accomplished in arrays in my past life, but creating a new array in just a few months is impossible. However, I have gained some new insights." Just then, the abbot's eye appeared once more. "Haha, benefactor, this old monk has returned. Oh, are you still this composed? Do you know what has become of the 3 women traveling with you?" Zhang Yuan spoke up. "There is no need to try and scare me. As long as my consciousness remains, it proves my body is unharmed. The flow of time outside should be different from here, right? You clearly have enough strength to deal with me, yet you choose this method. I'm afraid you'll be disappointed. It is useless against me." The old abbot laughed uproariously again. "Haha, what arrogant words. You have only experienced a few months, so you still have confidence. Fine, then I shall let you experience it thoroughly." The countdown began to echo once more. 10 months, 11 months, 1 year and 1 month. The count continued until 67 years, then 80 years. 80 years later, the abbot entered the illusion again and asked, "What are you doing, acting so indifferent? Do you wish to move this old monk? No fewer than 10,000 cultivators have fallen under these eyes, and few can endure 80 years. Ordinary people collapse after a few years at most. This old monk does not believe you right now." Below, Zhang Yuan was deducing a profound array. He shouted, "Silence!" The abbot was instantly rendered speechless. Zhang Yuan continued, "I am at a critical moment of deduction. Do not disturb me with your voice." Hearing this, the abbot grit his teeth in rage. "You have quite the nerve to still feign composure. Cultivators who endure until now, even if they don't go mad, would weep with joy at the chance to speak with me. Then I shall let you enjoy this alone. Repent in endless loneliness until your consciousness dissipates." Time continued to flow. 81 years, 87 years, 98 years, 127 years, 200 years, 230 years, 970 years, 980 years, 987 years, 993 years, 1,000 years. The abbot entered once more and asked, "Benefactor, 1,000 years have passed and you are still thus." Zhang Yuan replied flatly, "I am fine." The abbot's eyes stared at Zhang Yuan in complete bewilderment. Zhang Yuan stood up and continued, "A few years ago, I just created a new divine power. You've come at the perfect time to give it a try." The abbot asked in confusion. "You? How is it possible? This is 1,000 years of loneliness. How could anyone maintain a normal mind? You are not normal. Could you be a creation of the Eerie Suppression Bureau of the Kingdom of Qing, sent specifically to Tianyu to break this humanity path method?" Zhang Yuan spoke. A pure consciousness body cannot hold any techniques including divine sense, which is why I spent the first 700 years deducing arrays, but in my past life I once saw a sect's secret law called the wits-grinding needle, which can destroy a person's consciousness. For these last 300 years I have focused my mind on studying this method, and finally had a breakthrough a few years ago. Although it references the principles of the wits-grinding needle, this technique's power exceeds it in every aspect. This method does not rely on mana or divine sense but is composed of pure consciousness, which is why it can be manifested here. Having said that, he slowly raised his hand. The abbot pressed for an explanation in confusion. What nonsense are you talking about? How could it be possible here? Zhang Yuan launched an attack at the abbot, continuing, I have named it. Consciousness, divine power, first seizure, killing intent. Several wisps of pure power instantly lunged toward the giant eye. A large pit appeared in the center of the eye's pupil, and then the surrounding area began to crack. The abbot cried out in horror. Immediately after, the space completely collapsed, and the shackles that had imprisoned Zhang Yuan's consciousness for 1,000 years vanished. The abbot's piteous scream rang out. A fissure opened atop his head, and Zhang Yuan's consciousness instantly returned to his body. He let out a muffled groan. I'm back. To the side, Zhang Shi asked anxiously, What happened to you? Zhang Yuan said, It's nothing. Quickly replenish the pure qi. I'm preparing to use the finishing move. Just then, the abbot's voice rang out, Benefactor, this old monk will no longer target that girl. Let us leave it at this. Hearing this, Zhang Yuan let out a skeptical, Hey. Looking down from above, the abbot continued, This old monk originally thought you were desperate fugitives from the Kingdom of Qing, but it seems that is not the case. To be able to break the humanity path's traceless illusion pupil, this method is truly extraordinary. As he spoke, his massive body also began to shrink. He continued, Even if the benefactor is not from the Eerie Suppression Bureau, you must be a high-level figure from the Kingdom of Qing who has infiltrated my Kingdom of Tianyu. I suspect your target is the Humanity Path's Temple of all sentient beings, is it not? There is no need to hide it, for your abilities counter the Humanity Path too perfectly to be a coincidence. If that is indeed the case, perhaps we can cooperate. Please come out for a discussion. Hearing this, Zhang Shi also cried out in confusion. What? Why did it suddenly turn into this? Is it a trap? Zhang Yuan fell silent for a moment and then said, A very useful misunderstanding. Given the current strength of the floating life fairy, I'm not confident I can heavily wound him. Buying a little time is for the best. Fellow Taoist Zhang, deactivate the floating life fairy. If he makes any suspicious move, restart it immediately. Zhang Shi asked back. Are you sure? The abbot spoke up. The benefactor truly has courage. This old monk thought it would take more persuasion, yet the benefactor actually withdrew his magic treasure on the spot. I am the abbot of this Asura temple. My Dharma name is Kucha. May I ask the benefactor's name? Zhang Yuan replied. Zhang Yuan, over here. Yunar and the child were looking at the food on the table. Yunar reminded her. Little girl, endure it. You can't eat this. We don't know what it's made of. Once we leave this place, I'll take you to eat something delicious. Over here, Kucha spoke again. If one compares an ordinary mortal's aura essence to the light of a firefly, even with varying sizes, there is a limit. But the aura essence within this female benefactor is like a blazing sun. At first, this old monk was very confused. Why such a wonder existed? This is truly the first time this old monk has seen such a thing in his life. I suspect she is the gift you brought from the Kingdom of Qing, specifically prepared for the Temple of all sentient beings. Shen Xiaoling, holding the Yukon, let out a startled, Is he talking about me? At that moment, Zhang Yuan sent a transmission to Zhang Shi. This is a brand new array diagram for the floating life fairy. I have transmitted it all into your mind. From now on, use all your effort to memorize it. Zhang Shi thought with a look of annoyance. What, damn it, you want me to memorize these dense patterns again? Zhang Yuan looked at Kucha and said, This matter is more or less as you expected. There is no need for further testing. Speak plainly, how shall we cooperate? Kucha replied. Though my Kingdom of Tianyu and your Kingdom of Qing have not seen a major conflict in a century, the struggle over population and resources has kept both sides on constant guard. Now Ping An, the abbot of the Temple of all sentient beings, is on the verge of breaking through to the 10 million degree realm. How did they instruct you to sabotage his ascension ritual? Zhang Yuan was inwardly startled. So Ping An had already reached the 10 million degree realm. After a moment of thought he spoke. I have no authority to reveal bureau secrets, but if the abbot is interested, I can lend a hand, Kucha said. The Temple of all sentient beings practices the humanity path, and the traceless illusion pupil is a method of that path. Wu Yang's mastery of the traceless illusion pupil has reached the pinnacle. It is also our greatest obstacle. You only need to break through his traceless illusion pupil, and you can leave the rest to this old monk. Zhang Yuan asked in confusion. Since it belongs only to the humanity path, why can you also manifest it, Master Kucha? Kucha replied. We of the Asura path excel at seizing. This old monk's traceless illusion pupil was seized from a high monk of the humanity path. Hearing this, Zhang Yuan nodded. So that was it, Kucha continued. You have only just clashed with this old monk, so I shall give you a few days to rest. We will act once your strength has recovered. How does that sound? Zhang Yuan replied. If the Abbots' goal aligns with the Eerie Suppression Bureau's, then I naturally have no objection. By the way, I enjoy researching artifacts within the Bureau, and I have long heard your nation possesses objects called Buddhist treasures. Since I am to recuperate here for a few days, could I temporarily borrow some items from your temple for study? Kucha asked back in confusion. Buddhist treasures? On the table were various profound objects. The Golden Core Magic Treasure Heaven-Severing Jade Wall, the Golden Core Magic Treasure Copper Rust Lamp, and the Golden Core Magic Treasure Evil-Suppressing Execution Platform. Someone spoke up. Buddhist treasures? I've heard of their reputation as well. Does this abbot really dare to lend them to you? Seeing the other party being so generous to a foreigner, Zhang Yuan replied, What does he have to fear? After helping him, it will be time for our deaths. This is merely to set my mind at ease. Zhang Shi immediately asked, Are you not afraid there are ears behind the walls? To the side, Yuna reminded the little girl. Child, eat slowly. Zhang Yuan said, It matters not. I have sensed the surroundings and there is no spying. I have also already set up an isolation array. Zhang Shi asked again, Then what should we do next? Find a way to escape? Zhang Yuan replied, We cannot escape. The abbot approached us soundlessly before. In terms of speed, I have no confidence I can outrun him. Zhang Shi followed up, Then we can only work for him and fight him afterward? Zhang Yuan thought privately, These 3 magic treasures are far less nourished than the glazed umbrella. After who knows how long, 70 to 80% of the internal array patterns have collapsed. I must re-refine them over the next few days. This Asura temple is the lord of a domain. It's impossible they only have these 3 items, most likely. Kuja only selected the worst ones to brush me off. To me right now, spirit-severing stage treasures are mere ornaments, and even nascent soul stage items are taxing to control. These 3 items have at least been nourished for several centuries. Their power far exceeds the Tianyuan sword. Just then, Zhang Shi asked with deep concern, Say something, we can't run, so don't tell me you're planning to use these days just to stall for time so I can memorize the modified array patterns of that giant ship. What is its power like after the modification? Can it win against that old fellow? Zhang Yuan said flatly. Likely not. I mainly increased some of the scroll's functions. I cannot raise its grade. The current power of this treasure is already the limit of what I can control. Zhang Shi grew even more worried. Then, are you just trying to delay our execution? Zhang Yuan said calmly. When I fought him earlier, I had a move that might be able to defeat him, but I don't want to use it unless absolutely necessary. Moreover, I've heard the Temple of All Sentient Beings is the strongest among the 6 domains of Tianyu. That temple must have collected no small amount of Buddhist treasures. I plan to take the opportunity to seize them. Zhang Shi broke into a cold sweat. You're actually letting yourself be controlled by him just for Buddhist treasures? Zhang Yuan nodded. From the moment he said he wanted to target the Temple of All Sentient Beings, I knew these 2 domains were at odds. I might be able to seize the treasures of both places. Only when the water is muddied will there be a chance to strike, don't worry. I won't do anything that seeks my own death. Zhang Shi had no choice but to accept it. Fine, I just didn't expect the day would come when I'd have to return to that place. Damn it all, beside her, Xiao Ling asked in confusion. Sister Zhang, what's wrong? You mentioned the Kingdom of Tianyu before. Did you encounter something bad there? Zhang Shi replied, It's not that I've been there. I was originally from the Kingdom of Tianyu. Xiao Ling let out a startled ah, and Zhang Shi continued, I was born in Tianyu, but not in the territory of the Temple of All Sentient Beings. It was Tianing Temple. Zhang Yuan asked, Tianing Temple? Then why did you end up in the Kingdom of Qing? Zhang Shi replied, Good luck. Being able to come here was a stroke of immense luck. Zhang Yuan frowned, signaling for her to be brief. Zhang Shi recalled, Fine. I was born in the territory of Tianing Temple. The mortals there spend their entire lives working as hard as slaves just to pray to be chosen by the temple to be sent to the realm of ultimate bliss. One day, my father was finally chosen. He was so excited he didn't sleep all night. But on the ritual platform the next day, the person who ascended was not him. My mother questioned them loudly from below, and as a result she was driven out. The following day, someone found my father's corpse in a small corner. Because of this, Mother began to doubt the fairness of accumulating merit. Those monks didn't actually care which of us ascended. It seemed as long as someone ascended on time every day, it was enough. As time passed, Mother's wavering faith finally reached a breaking point. Finally, one night, Mother took me and escaped that place under the cover of darkness. Her face has long since blurred in my mind, but to this day I am still grateful for everything she did. Otherwise, I'm afraid I would be like those fools, still wasting my life away there day and night, hoping for ascension. I don't remember how long we walked, but we encountered an eerie incident on the road. Mother died there, and I walked all the way to the borders of the Temple of All Sentient Beings alone, drinking rainwater and eating insects. Thinking back now, it truly was a miracle. I thought that was hard enough, but the days that followed were what truly marked me for life. From the moment I entered the tribes there, I suddenly felt as if something inside me had been snatched away. The mortals there do only two things every day: eat and reproduce. When they are hungry, they eat whatever they see. When they are full, their minds are entirely focused on reproduction. Nothing else exists in their heads. In that place, I endured 8 years, and during that time I don't know how many, damn it, truly damn it, there it only takes half a month from pregnancy to childbirth, but not many children survive. What left the deepest impression on me was a woman who had just given birth being shared and eaten by a crowd, and I was among them. The only saving grace was that I was too young at the time to have reproductive capabilities beside her. Yuner also let out a horrified cry. What? Zhang Shi continued. Fortunately, the Sky Blue sect occasionally goes there to steal seeds. I was captured by them when I was about 13. I am very grateful to the Sky Blue sect. Although everyone says they are evil cultivators, by comparison the Sky Blue sect these past few years has been the gentlest place I have ever seen in my life. Hearing this, Zhang Yuan thought to himself, Tianning Temple is like that living Buddha, strengthening soul bodies by devouring others. Asura Temple creates suffering, seemingly increasing cultivation by absorbing the pain of mortals. Looking at the accelerated reproduction of this temple of all sentient beings, it's likely they utilize the cycle of life and death of mortals for their practice. I see. The Kingdom of Tianyu is divided into 6 domains, and does every domain have a different method of cultivation? Beside them, Yuner's brow was furrowed tightly. Truly disgusting. How can such a place exist? It's 10,000 times more nauseating than the Kingdom of Qing. If I had the ability, I would surely level the Kingdom of Tianyu and all these monks, Zhang Yuan spoke up. Since you repel that place so much, then don't go in a few days. Just look after the safety of those two. Zhang Shi was surprised. What? Is there no need to control that big ship anymore? Zhang Yuan replied. Of course it's needed, but you needn't worry about the details. Memorize the new array patterns well over these few days. There must be absolutely no error. You'll just follow along when the time comes. Zhang Shi didn't understand Zhang Yuan's calculations, her face full of bewilderment. An unknown amount of time passed before Kucha brought Zhang Yuan to the Temple of All Sentient Beings, where reproduction was a mere daily occurrence. Kucha spoke up. Benefactor, look ahead. That is the Temple of All Sentient Beings. A tall tower now stood before them. Zhang Yuan and Kucha gazed at it calmly. Kucha spoke. That giant tower is the Temple of All Sentient Beings. Wu Yang has already dismissed all disciples and civilians, remaining in seclusion alone for over 9 years. Zhang Yuan asked, Alone? Then how is the defense of this place? Kucha replied, The traceless illusion pupil is his strongest defense. The entire tower has been shrouded by his traceless illusion pupil. Anyone who approaches will automatically be pulled into his illusion. Zhang Yuan asked again. Is that all? Kucha replied. Of course not. Wu Yang's traceless illusion pupil has reached the pinnacle of transformation. His true body can now freely shuttle between the illusion and reality. Even if we attack from range, he can hide within the illusion. Currently, the only way is to rely on your methods, Benefactor Zhang. To break his traceless illusion pupil from the inside, Zhang Yuan asked again. And after it's broken, his cultivation is about to break through 10 million degrees. When he reveals his true body, are you all confident you can deal with him? Kucha replied. Indeed, this old monk's cultivation is only 5 million degrees. That Wu Yang has lived for several thousand years. Calculating it, this old monk is still his junior, and I cannot deal with him alone. But to maintain the balance of power among the 6 temples, if someone intends to break through the 10 million degree mark, the other temples will all step in to obstruct. Because there are rumors that once one breaks through 10 million degrees, they can seize the realm of ultimate bliss Buddha seat. How would the other temples survive then? The other 4 temples must certainly be monitoring in secret as well. If his traceless illusion pupil can be broken, those 4 temples will never sit idly by. Benefactor Zhang needn't worry about other trifles. Zhang Yuan smiled and said, I see, and if I fail? Kucha spoke then. Though my illusion pupil was merely seized from a humanity path Buddhist cultivator with 500,000 degrees of cultivation, my million-degree realm is no falsehood. Since you could break my illusion, breaking his shouldn't be difficult, Zhang Yuan replied. Very well. My magic treasure ship needs to replenish energy and cannot be used for the time being. Once the illusion is broken, if that Wu Yang strikes, I'm afraid I won't hold out for long. The abbot must provide immediate support. Kucha nodded. I hope Benefactor Zhang will put forth his full effort. Even if a long time passes within the illusion, it is but a fleeting moment in the outside world. This old monk will be ready to receive you at all times. Zhang Yuan nodded in agreement. Having said that, Zhang Yuan immediately charged toward the tall tower at extreme speed. Upon closing in, Zhang Yuan immediately manifested the giant sword art. An anomaly appeared within the tower, and Zhang Yuan's eyes snapped wide as he roared, "Slash!" A giant eye appeared within the tower as Zhang Yuan's sword chi sped toward it. In an instant, Zhang Yuan along with his giant sword plunged into Wu Yang's illusion. Zhang Yuan spoke. "I'm in." Suddenly, Wu Yang's voice rang out. "Judging by your aura, you do not seem to be a Buddhist cultivator. Are you a pawn tricked here by that junior Kucha?" Zhang Yuan remained silent upon hearing this. The eye spoke again. "Those few small-time crooks have monitored outside my temple for years. They've always had the intent but not the guts. How is it they sent you here to seek your death today?" Zhang Yuan spoke up. "I am Zhang Yuan, of the Eerie Suppression Bureau of the Kingdom of Qing. I wish to discuss a matter with your excellency." Wu Yang asked back in confusion. "HMPH, this seat would like to hear what you have to say." Zhang Yuan replied. "I am under coercion from Kucha, and your excellency also suffers from being coveted by them. Why don't we cooperate to eliminate this heart-bound trouble?" Wu Yang pressed. "With just you," Zhang Yuan replied. "Exactly. I believe I still possess some means," Wu Yang sneered. "What a joke. What kind of thing are you to be worthy of assisting this seat, trying to use such low-tier methods to lure me into showing myself? Naive. Furthermore, this seat's current seclusion has hope of breaking through 10 million degrees. Hiding within the illusion, what can they do to me? Why take the risk now?" Zhang Yuan added, "Please, your excellency, look at this object." Wu Yang cried out in shock. "What?" That was the move Zhang Yuan had mastered. He said coldly, "This is the reason you cannot refuse." Outside the illusion, that giant eye instantly developed spiderweb-like cracks. Someone shouted, "Moss Master, the illusion pupil is shattered." Wu Yang roared in fury. "Thief, you dared to deceive this seat to take the chance to break my illusion." Zhang Yuan calmly withdrew his sword and then shouted to Kucha, "Abbot, mission accomplished. Act now." Before his words had even finished, he had already swung his sword at Wu Yang repeatedly. Over here, a monk questioned Kucha. "Master, should we?" Kucha interrupted. "No rush. Those others haven't shown themselves yet. Wouldn't we take a loss if we charged in now? Moreover, this old monk deduces that Benefactor Zhang surely has other means of self-preservation." On the other side, Zhang Yuan roared in rage. "Kucha, what are you waiting for? Quickly come and help me," Kucha responded. "Hold on for a moment longer, Benefactor. Within half a stick of incense this old monk will surely strike." Zhang Yuan was startled. "What?" Wu Yang entangled Zhang Yuan tightly and spoke. "Save your breath. Even without my illusion pupils, this seat is not someone a junior like Kucha could stop alone. This is the consequence of placing your trust in them." Zhang Yuan roared, "Ha Kucha, you bald donkey, to think you couldn't even last 10 breaths. You truly are a waste." Just then a voice rang out. "Grand Zen Master Kucha, long time no see. This must be quite a surprise for you." "Oh, have they finally arrived?" a man manifested, letting out a series of sinister laughs. Grand Zen Master Kucha indeed possesses good methods, actually managing to break his illusion pupils. This is the myriad forms manifestation. A golden vortex appeared not far away. "Old friends, it has been a long time," Kucha spoke up. "This old monk has broken Wu Yang's illusion pupils as agreed. You two shall lead the charge in the coming battle." Someone interjected. "Hee, no problem. But what of that old ghost Po Zhen? That old ghost doesn't know teleportation methods. It might take some time to wait for him. Let us strike first. We can't let him pick up a bargain for nothing." The speaker was Sheng Lun, the abbot of the Temple of All Things. Another person spoke. "Our cultivation levels are all around 5 million degrees. Without Po Zhen, it may be difficult for just the three of us to suppress Wu Yang. What are your thoughts?" This person was Wu Shang, the abbot of Tianning Temple. Kucha replied, "The traceless illusion pupil is Wu Yang's life-bound divine power. Though it will take several months to recover once broken, he must be at his weakest right now. I contacted Po Zhen a few days ago, but his true body is missing. A long delay may invite further complications." Suddenly, Wu Yang's voice rang out. "You damned petty thieves, neglecting your cultivation to focus solely on coveting this seat. You useless things, bring it on. No matter how many life-saving methods you have, this seat will surely slay every last one of you pests today." Sheng Lun revealed his sharp grisly teeth and said, "Hee, then come. Today we shall thoroughly eradicate this threat that has hung over our heads for years. When it comes time to distribute the aura essence, we shall reduce that old ghost Po Zhen's share as the situation dictates." Beside him, Wu Shang nodded in agreement. "Very well." The scene shifts to the county magistrate's residence in Liuzhou City, where smoke billows and fires rage. A man was being strangled by a grotesquely elongated head, coughing up blood and groaning incessantly. A voice drifted from inside the house. This fellow is clearly corrupted to this extent, yet he still dreams of disposing of the three of us. Fortunately, my new god was not affected by his soul fragments. He truly lives up to his reputation as a city god cultivator. Cut the nonsense. Where are the supplies transported from Bianzhou hidden? The strangled man stammered. You're all from the governor's mansion, aren't you? You actually colluded with outsiders to plunder the supplies escorted by the Suppression Bureau cultivators. Where do you get the nerve? The long-necked monster laughed maniacally. Gia, do you really not know? It seems something has gone wrong within the imperial capital. Currently, the main forces of the Eerie Suppression Bureau from across the land are being transferred to Tianyu City. At a time like this, aren't the Bianzhou supplies your remote little city has accumulated a case of wealth-bringing ruin? The man was shocked. What? The capital, the long-necked monster continued. And according to our secret informants, you have quite a few lifespan pills here that are worth a gamble. Besides, with the upheaval in the capital, the loss of these meager supplies during this period surely won't lead to much trouble later. Hee, as long as we get rid of you lot who have seen us, nearby commoners were struck with extreme terror. Lord Hu will surely ensure everything remains foolproof. Madam, suddenly a sharp and powerful move struck, instantly severing the long neck, its residual force slamming directly into the wall. The monster stammered in terror. Who are you? My new god, this guy is not simple. Everyone attack together and kill him. However, before the words had even finished, they were sliced into several pieces by a single move. The newcomer looked at the trembling magistrate and his wife and spoke. Magistrate Liu, where is the cargo ship that arrived here from Bianzhou? Magistrate Liu was incoherent. Who? Just then, someone cried out in shock. Wait, this voice, you're that person. He stared intently at the figure. We meet again, Lord Li. Lord Li spoke with a face full of disbelief. Lord Chen, is it really you? We've only been apart for 2 or 3 months. How did you? Chen Tai approached slowly and said, I encountered some bizarre events. It's a long story. I only wish to ask, where are the supplies transported from Bianzhou? Lord Li replied, what do you intend to do? The supplies have already been moved elsewhere, but I have received no definitive word. Chen Tai countered, incorrect. I am not here to protect the supplies. I no longer serve the Eerie Suppression Bureau. Lord Li's brow furrowed tightly. What? Could it be that you, like those others, are here to plunder the lifespan pills? Chen Tai shook his head. No, I am looking for a mirror. As he spoke, his gaze became bone-chillingly cold. Today's video concludes here with dramatic turns of events. In the Kingdom of Tianyu, Zhang Yuan successfully shattered Wu Yang's 1,000-year illusion, but at the same time he has plunged into a chaotic battle among the Abbots representing the greatest Buddhist holy lands. Meanwhile, in Liuzhou City of the Kingdom of Qing, the return of Chen Tai in a mutated form with the goal of seeking the Eerie Copper Mirror signals an approaching storm. What will Zhang Yuan do to escape the pincer attack of these high monks and reclaim his magic treasures? And what is Chen Tai's true purpose now? The answers will be revealed in the upcoming chapters. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to support BALA Manhua Recaps. Goodbye and see you all next time.